What is going on, guys? We're here for this week's skin previews, and we're starting with the Caution AK. This goes with the Caution set that came out last week of Road Sign Armor, and it is what you would expect. It's got all sorts of yellows. The thing looks all sorts of beat up, and it's pretty neat. It does say keep out on it, which I thought was a little bit weird. It might be a little better if it said keep away, because you can't really keep out of a gun, but you can definitely keep away from one. But regardless, you get the idea. The AK itself is pretty cool looking. Let's take a look at it in hand here. And yeah, there you go. I mean, you've got the Caution that's showing up just fine. When you zoom down, you've got a big old rust or radiation symbol, whatever you'd like to call it there. And yeah, it's, you know, messy. It's got chip paint, and it fits the World of Rust pretty well, just like the armor set. So good job on this one. Next up, we've got the Flyer set from Ishka, and this is the Flyer's mask. As you can see, it's got all sorts of crazy detail to it. I like the fact that this is kind of like a smear or like an old decal, but you can see it looks like a flame, which is I thought really cool. You've got some sewn together leather and everything, and it's different. Now, the shape is pretty normal. I mean, there's quite a few masks that have this rounded look to the eyes. But this one altogether itself looks pretty cool. It's even got a set of goggles on the top, which are ready to cover those eyes. So definitely pretty cool. Let's go check out the chest piece, which I think is the best part of this set. Alright, and here it is, guys. The Flyer vest. As you can see, it's got all sorts of straps on it. It looks like you have a parachute still connected. You've got the little parachute symbol on there. And it's just really nice looking set. Let's go ahead and cruise around it. I wish we had a little bit better orbiting tools in here, but as you can see, the back is pretty unique looking. It almost looks like a packed parachute, which I believe is the idea that was going on for this one. So this is definitely unique. It's very different from anything else I've seen, and it's definitely worth picking up if you've got the 99 cents this week. Both of them will be running you 99 cents. I forgot to mention the Caution AK will be $1.99, as typical weapon skins will be. Next up, if you guys like flames as much as I do, then the Soul Burner Furnace might be for you guys this week. And that is a bunch of unintentional zooming in there, which was added for dramatic seizure effect. But yeah, this is an awesome looking furnace. It's got flames all around the back, a skull gripping around the edge of the furnace itself. Very nice looking. Has a sweet glow at night. Those eyes kind of, they glow through, but, you know, through like a misted part of the metal, kind of. It's hard to describe, but it's not just an open hole that's glowing through. And I like the effect of that. It's actually quite nice. So, very cool furnace. Good job this week, man. Next up, we've got the Gold Spirit Crossbow by Jensen. This thing is a expensive skin for the week because, you know, it's made of solid gold. This is going to run you $5, or, well, $4.99 to be technical. Now, altogether, it's a pretty crazy looking golden crossbow. As you would expect, I mean, it's what you expect. It's a golden crossbow. So, let's see what this puppy looks like in your hands. As you can see, there's a great amount of detail. It looks quite nice. Aiming down, you've got quite the nice little design that might just distract you from who you're shooting at. So you want to make sure that doesn't happen. You're not sitting there, you know, enjoying your expensive crossbow too much. But it's a unique skin. Like I said, it'll run you $4.99. I think I forgot to mention the furnace is $1.49. So there's that in the middle of this one here again. And yeah, it's a pretty cool skin. You know, it's a bit pricey, but hey, you know, that's how you make collector pieces. Next up, we've got a new set of Road Sign, the Dominator set, brought to us by Stab. And once again, with Stab, as always, I really enjoy the level of detail to it. But this one just isn't grabbing me. I think it's the color scheme. It's very unique from everything else, which means I usually typically like the fact of something that's very different, but something about the color scheme just isn't quite winning me over this time around. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. You guys go ahead and sound off down in the comment section. Maybe it's something else that I'm just not reading right now, but there's just something about the scheme of the colors I don't like, but you can't knock them. The details are really nice. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other two pieces. So here's the chest piece, guys. It's got lots of sweet details to it. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the back of it, and you can see here the back has its own little detailed set to it. And been back to the front. There's lots of sweet little details. You've got, whoop, you know, you've got all these little symbols and everything on it. And the skull with the horns is quite prominent on it. And again, I don't know. It's very regal looking, and the details are awesome, but again, there's just something about the color I'm not sure how I feel about. And lastly, we've got the road sign kilt, which you'll see right here. And, you know, again, it's a continuation of what you would expect detail-wise on this. It's got a nice little star decal here and everything. And yeah, I don't know. It has cool details to it, but this is just not for me this week, guys. Let's go ahead and check out what else we've gotten this week. Total of 14 skins. Of course, before we move on, each piece of this set is going to cost you 99 cents, running you $3 for the whole thing. Next up, we've got the Poison Jaws Stab by Raven. This guy will run you $1.99 as your typical weapon skin cost. It's got a nice little gem detail on the trigger, which I thought was neat. Of course, you can see there's the hidden face of, I don't know, a crocodile or some kind of crazy lizard monster kind of thing going on. It's got nice little kind of like mossy tones to it, but it's not overly done or anything. And it's kind of subtle, but also really cool. Once you check out the back of it, it actually has teeth around that, which is pretty cool too. It's a neat little detail to, you know, make the back of kind of like something that usually would look boring look quite nice. So definitely a cool skin, guys. I'm liking this one quite a bit. I don't know why it's showing up so blurry in hand, however. That's very strange. But as you saw the details there, it's a pretty nice little sap. Next up, we've got the Brony bag, which started as a inside joke between Face Punch staff, some YouTube content creators, well, content creators in general, and some skin creators. And Stabby made it come to life, and I mean, how can you not? This, just for the memes, guys. It's here for the memes, and that's all I can really say about it. This guy's gonna run you $2.99 because it is meant to be a silly, for the jokes, collector's piece. So there you have it, folks. Get your Brony bag while you can. Next up, we've got probably one of the most awesome sets, and the only time I've ever felt inclined to buy a skin for the leather armor set, I guess, or leather clothing set, as you can call it. Each piece is going to run you $1.99, and this is the Tribesman set. It's very, very nicely detailed. Unfortunately, the blur out is cutting part of the bottom here, which is really annoying. But this vest is really awesome. It's got like bones across it. It's got this great tribal look to it. You'll see the back here has, let's see, can we get some better lighting on that? Of course we can't. But it's got all sorts of little drawings and details and is just really great. So this is an awesome set. Definitely something worth picking up. Let's go take a look at the other two pieces. Next up, we've got the poncho from the set, and I think this is probably the centerpiece of the whole thing. It's got all the hanging bones, the fur, the hair, and everything, and it just really makes the set. It's amazing looking, it looks really good, and fur and hair is kind of something that's a little bit hard to do when you're doing skins, and this was just pulled off beautifully. The set itself is just quite amazing, and I definitely recommend picking this one up because it's unique and well thought out and worked on. Of course, no set is complete without its baggy pants, and as you can see, the pants continue along with it. They've got some bones strapped to the side. You've got some nice fur pieces along on this side over here, which all of a sudden just became blurry. There we go. And it's just amazing. This whole set is great, and for $3, you honestly can't really say, I have to skip on it. It's totally worth it, and just really awesome. Next but not least, we've got the new Troglodyte rocket launcher. This one has sat on the back burner for a while, and I was pretty excited to see that it actually got accepted because it is the only rocket launcher skin that is as awesome as mine. Now, of course, it doesn't glow like mine does or anything, but it's just crazy awesome looking, and I love it. Lil Ranger did an awesome job on it. The color scheme doesn't vary too much from itself and looks really great. It stands out really nicely. You've got this little blood thing sitting on the side right next to the sight, and it's really cool. So let's go ahead and pull it out. There you go. You can see the blood straight through the sight, and it's ridiculous looking, and I love it. Really good job on this one, and I think it's a great way to kind of end out for the week. This one will run you $1.99 like all the other weapon skins. And yeah, that does it, guys. So I hope this helped you pick out your skins. Let me know down in the comments section below which ones you liked and why, and which ones you may not have liked and why, and which ones you picked up is the most important thing I want to hear. So sound off down there, guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter or join my Discord so you don't miss these videos. I do them every week and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So hope this all helped you out. You guys enjoy your upcoming weekend, and we'll see you next week for those skins.